I thought it'd be cool for us to they're twin brothers.
Well, how the Pete and Pavle thing, the bars were connected for so many years.
And I
and you're
love
keeping
them
that
both
kind of
so
connection
much.
going.
Exactly.
That's really cool, yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe. And then before I could really actually think about it, and Ben could actually think about it, Pete was, at Union Park with all of the papers all ready for us to buy
so
the
Ben
place.
was ready to rock and roll.
Not Ben. Pete was ready for us to
see,
rock
Ben
and
told me a
roll.
different story. I'm just kidding.
Oh, it was Ben closing, right? Pete.
Yeah, Pete had it all ready for us.
Wow.
We didn't really have to do anything except, pay for it.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
am I right?
So
or
it's like he kind of, you said maybe there's like, okay, this is the opportunity. They're thinking about it, and this would be the best people to take this over.
yeah, he liked that idea. We love Pete, and we loved Pavle. What genuine, authentic people they are, and they were
Right, correct.
Well,
Yeah.
American dream success stories.
And I just respect and love those two, and of course their families so much that I thought that this would be really cool to do. And there you have it. And whether or not it is or was a good idea, we did it because
I think it was a great idea because you guys bring some of that great entertainment that you guys also provide at Union Park Tavern. You bring it to Pavle's to a different side of town where I think good entertainment is needed on that side of Kenosha on 52nd Street. You guys do a great job there. I mean, I go to Pavle's when I can. I'm right down the street. I walk down there. We have a few drinks when you're in there. I'm like, how good you guys are here.
Hey everyone, this is Jason with a little pre-show warning. We had a really good time with Angie and Ben this night, and we let loose a little bit, meaning that this episode most definitely contains some adult language that has not been edited out. To be honest, I didn't want to spend all day editing out all the bad words. Oops. So instead, I'll just make this disclaimer. Well, I guess I'll edit out that last F-bomb, but that's it. The rest are staying, so enjoy. Looking for that perfect gift?
Contact Aaron Hunzinger of AH Did It for a fabulous one-of-a-kind creation.
Aaron specializes in metal, canvas, leather, and wood to bring amazing works of art to life.
Contact him now by finding him on Facebook at AH Did It. That's all one word. AH Did It.
Where do all the cool cats hang out? At Union Park Tavern, of course.
UPT, as it's called by the hipsters, is located at 4520 8th Avenue, as they serve a great libation and award-winning food.
They open at 11 a.m. on weekdays and 9 a.m. on the weekends for a fantastic breakfast.
Oh, I forgot to mention they have musical entertainment most nights of the week and have one of the greatest beer gardens in town.
That's Union Park Tavern, 4520 8th Avenue.
Yay! The Port has been a non-stop house party since 1985.
This unique establishment is where your weird uncle probably hangs out. They don't offer fancy martinis or fried apps. Instead, you can roll some dice with the bartender, jam at some pinball, and enjoy live music almost every weekend.
Find them on Facebook or stop on by to have a snort at the Port. Yay!
Yay!
On this episode of the Ktown Connects podcast, we are rejoined by Angie and Ben, Kenosha's true power couple, and the duo behind Kenosha, two of Kenosha's hottest entertainment taverns, Pavle's Lounge and Union Park Tavern. But wait, there's more. Ben isn't Ben is not just a bar owner. He's also running for Wisconsin's 65th District Assembly. So stay tuned as we're going to explore their vision for Pavle's Lounge, the future of Union Park Tavern, and Ben's commitment to serving the community at the bar and in politics. Jason, cue that music!
Are you done already?
I know, that's pretty long, but there's so much for you guys.
Busy town, right in the middle of the USA, between you and San Francisco Bay. Well, that's the right place to be proud. Singing so loud, making us so proud, and making us so proud.
Alrighty.
Perfect.
Yes, that was great timing with that public craft beer, Jason.
Yay!
And we are the Ktown Connects podcast.
How you doing there, Donnie?
Oh, I am doing great, Jason. How are you doing? That's the question. You're sipping some of the great Public Craft Brewing Company beer. What are you drinking, buddy?
Well, I had to wait throughout that whole intro, that very extended intro.
Well, only the best. I can't put into words how much I love our guest.
Because at the end of the theme song, you hear the cracking of the beer, and that's an actual live cracking of the beer. So I had to wait until then to be able to drink my beer.
7 minutes later.
So yeah, I was thirsty, man. I was thirsty.
My bad on that. I
want to get into some sweet Colleen. I want to get my mouth on her.
Oh yeah, and you are chugging that sweet.
It's an Irish
Colleen.
red ale. It's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. It's 5.5%. So I'll be feeling okay.
Matt and company do great work down there at Public Craft Brewing Company. You can find everything you want to know at 628 58th Street in beautiful downtown Kenosha. And what's that website, Jason?
That's publiccraftbrewing.com.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. And you know what's even more amazing?
What's that?
Theme song
the
by
theme song.
Droppin' Daisies.
I'm sorry, who are they?
Droppin' Daisies, one of the biggest local bands in
great band.
Kenosha.
We just saw them perform I saw them perform at Pavle's Lounge.
I was there as well. We all were there.
I managed to take a little video for them.
Yeah, that
because when I'm on public, I see a band playing. Even if I don't really like the band, but I like drive these guys. But there's no one taking like photos or video or anything. I'm like, I'm going to take a little something for them, because I'm sure they're going to like it. If they don't like it now, they'll like it in 5 years when it pops back up.
Yeah, it was a great show at Pavle's Lounge.
Good old Pavle's.
Yeah, and then you asked them to do our theme song, and what did they say?
They said, "Fuck off."
Well, it's such a great song.
I don't remember. Did I ask them?
I think they said no. We have a set playlist because they were doing like unplugged.
It's like a 30-second song.
They probably forgot the words.
Yes.
I mean, it's all
Kenosha, Kenosha, Kenosha.
The word, they forgot the word.
They're racing.
The bird.
Oh,
the bird is a word. Oh boy. But where are we at, Donnie?
We are at the A Plus Mobility Recording Studios in beautiful downtown Kenosha.
That's right, Donnie. A Plus Mobility is the area's newest mobility and home medical equipment store. Ashley has the knowledge to help you make the right choices, maybe for yourself or maybe for your loved ones. That's A Plus Mobility, 2324 18th Street. Visit their website at aplusmobilitysolutions.com for more.
Yes, thank you, Ashley, so much. This is a great studio.
I've heard that people have actually went in there and bought things from her and said they heard about it.
If you need a scooter, if you need any help,
or mom or dad needs something,
or a lift chair or something, go to A Plus Mobility.
I mean, we're at all of us, our friends. We're all at the age where our parents are getting old.
Yep, and we're getting old.
Yeah, maybe we need a chair.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I need a lift chair.
Some days.
Yeah, I mean,
some days it'd be handy.
So I'm going to go talk to Ashley down there at A Plus Mobility on the north side of Kenosha.
She does great work down there.
Oh, the best work. Almost as good as our guests on this episode of the Ktown Connects podcast.
Oh, we get them all? Okay.
We are with Ben and Angie from, get this, there's so much stuff. Pavle's Lounge, Union Park Tavern, and Ben has a new adventure he's taken on. He's going to be running for Wisconsin's 65th District Assembly. This is a lot of stuff.
So we're talking politics?
I think we're going to talk everything.
Okay.
I mean,
all right. I mean,
but first we want to say, hey, they were also on the show with season 1 or season 2. So
this is our first reboot.
Yes. So there's a lot more information.
Some people aren't going to like this idea.
Well,
some people have been asking for a reboot of themselves and it hasn't happened. But
well, it is what it is. They're great people, and we're going to do what we want to do.
Yeah, it's our show.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
So you can go back in the archives and check out the Union Park.
And we got some
Tavern
new stuff to talk about here. We got a new place. We got a new possible political career coming up.
Yep.
We got some things to discuss.
Yeah,
some
and
things
they're
that haven't happened before.
icons in Kenosha.
But you can
Ben
go back and
Angie.
listen to the first episode because we're not going to talk about everything we talked about then. We got a lot more into Angie growing up here, which I thought was great stuff.
She has a great story.
Her grandpa was Jubilee, who owned a Jubilee Tavern, which was right near Union Park Tavern. And she grew up in this area and worked at the port, things like that. You listen to all that great stuff. That's in episode 27, released in January of 2021.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Seems like yesterday.
It does, actually.
All right, so let's kind of just get into this Pavle's Lounge. So, you guys, you're rocking and rolling with Union Park Tavern. You're running that. You're doing gangbusters. Everybody, it's the entertainment capital of Kenosha. You got bands, you got food, you got drinks, you have everything. And one of the best, actually, I'll say the best beer garden in town.
Yeah.
So, what made you guys decide? You know what? Let's buy another bar.
Well, we wouldn't have actually. We would have not have bought another bar if it weren't for Pete's. And Pete is who we got Union Park Tavern from. And Pavle actually was his twin brother. And he unfortunately passed away, and I'm not sure what about 2022. And I knew that Pete was going to be obviously upset and devastated about it. I called him, and he was like, well, I'm in charge of selling Pavle's. Do you want to buy a bar? And I was like, ha, ha, ha.
I got my hands full
funny.
here.
Yeah, I was like, no.
I mean, because you guys do a lot of stuff at Union Park, so it's not like you have a lot of free time.
No.
And that place is rocking too. You can get events and food, and they got the kitchen, you got the beer garden, everything else.
A lot of stuff going on. But then I was like, maybe, and I shouldn't have said maybe, but I did, and, I'm always in it for the plot. I thought it would be a cool story if, I thought it would be a cool story for us because, they're twin brothers.
Well, the Pete and Pavle thing, the bars were connected for so many years.
And I love
and you're keeping
them
that
both
kind of
so
connection
much.
going.
Exactly.
That's really cool, yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe. And then before I could really actually think about it, and Ben could actually think about it, Pete was, at Union Park with all of the papers all ready for us to buy
so
the
Ben was
place.
ready to rock and roll.
Not Ben. Pete was ready for us to
See,
rock
Ben
and
told me
roll.
a different story. I'm just kidding.
Always be closing, right, Pete?
Yeah, Pete had it all ready for us. We
Wow.
didn't really have to do anything except, pay for it.
Wow.
I mean, am I right? Or
It's like he kind of, you said maybe, and he was like, okay, this is the opportunity. They're thinking about it, and this would be the best people to take this over.
yeah, he liked that idea. We love Pete, and we loved Pavle. What genuine, authentic people they are, and they were
Right,
and-
correct.
Well,
Yeah.
American dream success stories.
Yeah, and I just respect and love those two, and of course their families so much that I thought that this would be really cool to do. And there you have it. And whether or not it is or was a good idea, we did it because
I think it was a great idea because you guys bring some of that great entertainment that you guys also provide at Union Park Tavern. You bring it to Pavle's to a different side of town where I think good entertainment is needed on that side of Kenosha on 52nd
that's
Street.
true.
You guys do a great job there. I mean, I go to Pavle's when I can. I'm right down the street. I walk down there. We have a few drinks when you're in there. I'm like,
No,
oh, good,
I mean,
you guys
it's
are here.
it's a great neighborhood. I mean, it's
It
up
really
and coming
is.
neighborhood.
Yep.
I know people kind of have a bad feeling or think
Well,
a
it's-
neighborhood has a stigma, but
You
I
drive
mean,
through those side streets, and those are some nice houses. They're well kept. I mean, there's
Yeah,
always a
right there.
couple.
Exactly.
Well, we just
There's always a
stopped
few.
today across the street before we came here, and folks are having a barbecue, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? How you
So
doing?
friendly.
And
Yeah.
everything." And
It's a great neighborhood. I like I told you, I live 2 blocks up the street from Pavle's, and I walk down to Pavle's. I walk to Momo's, non-sponsor of the Ktown Connects podcast.
I'll edit that out.
But I meet some great people on these walks, and people are excited about what's going on at Pavle's. They're like, we finally got this bar. No knock on the other bars, on the Hit and Run bar and Norm's. No knock on them, but what you guys provide is way different on that side of town. Isn't that the name of it?
Yeah, what's the hit and run bar?
Bad luck bar.
The Bad Luck Bar.
Rendezvous.
tough.
Yeah, bad joke.
That was.
Oh,
Yeah, you could just let that slide.
Well-
We didn't have to stop it.
Difficult.
We could just let that go.
No, I couldn't let that go, man.
52nd used to be the hot spot.
Right, remember they
in
did Rock the
Kenosha.
Block?
Yes, and when they turned 21, that would be the space that would be the
Yep.
place that they would go to. And it's so unfortunate that has died off. There's not that many bars, which there doesn't need to be
Right.
that many bars. However, people should, respect that area because it is the gateway to downtown,
Yeah.
the
Correct.
golden
Yep.
child,
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah, it brings you right in. Yeah.
52nd Street is the key, main key road to get to downtown Kenosha. And guess where they have to go? Past Pavle's Lounge.
Exactly.
Stop there before you go down to Union Park Tavern. I mean, or go
Exactly.
check
Or
out the lake. It's right there.
downtown, yeah.
So I want to kind of get back to when you guys were buying Pavle's. It kind of sounded like the way you're saying, you're like, oh, we're just maybe, okay, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, was there a discussion between you two where like, should we do this? Should we not? What was the concerns and what were the perks? And were you looking at any other places or just landed in your lap?
Absolutely not.
the
we were
weird.
not.
I mean, not weird, but like maybe 6 or 8 months, we were like, oh, we're going out tonight. Let's go to Pavle's.
Okay.
And so we just happened to stop in there, and
Hang
Pavle
out
was
there.
always, I mean,
Always
behind the
the
bar,
best.
the nicest,
Doing that
warmest
Slavovich
person
shots with him?
ever. Well, we did,
Yeah.
we did, and we came in, and he was just so friendly and warm and stuff. And David Kirby, David Elvis
Elvis guy,
Kirby
yeah.
was performing there, and it was just like an incredible night.
You love the vibe. You guys love the vibe.
Totally love the vibe.
Absolutely. And it was a summer night, kind of like this. It was warming up, and the front door was open, and the back door was open. And we thought to ourselves, we were like, oh, wouldn't it be great just to have a bar that didn't have a kitchen, that's only sort of open kind of on the weekends, is more of a nightclub or as much of a nightclub as it is sort of a bar, and could focus on entertainment. I mean, we do a little bit of food there from UPT
Right.
we bring over, but we left there thinking, oh, we should do this. And then unfortunately Pavle passed away,
Right.
and this happened like
Kind of just fell into
6,
your
8
guys'
months
lap.
later.
Dead like it was
and
supposed to
but
be.
we had talked about it, not that
I
Now,
know.
what you
long
talked about
before.
was it kind of just like a ha-ha conversation?
No,
or
like
was
every time I drove past that place, I would look at it and I'd be like, "Oh my goodness, what a cute."
It is. You
place.
drive by it, you look at that brick, and you look at it, and you're like,
Yes.
this is like somewhere when I'm just passing by. I want to stop here.
Yeah,
I mean, it really does.
used to be an old Italian grocery store,
Oh.
and then became taverns, here and there, and then Pavle added the vacant lot that was next door. So
Yeah.
the backyard there is actually bigger than Union Park Tavern.
You know,
Wow.
I was gonna,
You know,
I was kind of
which
gonna get
you
into
wouldn't
that.
think.
That beer garden that you guys have out there is
There's a lot of potential.
humongous.
It is.
And right now, it's just kind of plain and clean grass, nice,
You got some picnic
well kept and
tables back
stuff.
there.
But it has potential to be something. But you need to get on board with the neighbors, things like that. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we've had music out there, so
Yeah,
we
you
have
had
the
the
permit, so we've had the ride, the
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ride
and
of the
stuff,
Living Dead
and-
was there. I remember.
That's 2 in the afternoon. That's kind of easy to get.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Well, you
By
know
the time
what?
the cops come, everyone's gonna be gone pretty
Well,
much.
I always say there should be live music like 2 to 4 in the afternoon somewhere. I think that on the
Well,
weekend.
a lot of people, I mean, the late night crowd
6 to
is,
8, I think.
6 to 8 is great.
What about us day drinkers?
What?
Well, hey, funny you should mention that because
Oh, really? Breaking news?
I have been. Although we're only open Thursday through Saturday as of right now at Pavle.
And that could change. Keep posted
It
to
could
the
be.
Facebook
It
page.
could be. It could be changed because there's nothing but growth that could happen there. However, I've been doing pop-up shows there on Sundays. We've had a couple pop-up shows that have started at 4 p.m. And so earlier shows like 4 to 8 or 4 to 7, and I do have another, or we do, but I do the booking. So we do have another show coming up. June 2nd from a band from Portland,
Wow.
Oh, cool.
which is kind of like a Western rockabilly that I heard of through a friend of mine that used to live in Kenosha. Bob, who was in Urban Decay from years.
Oh, good
and
old
years.
Bob, yeah.
Oh, you know Bob. Okay.
He suggested this band, and at first I was like, oh my gosh, I don't really like out of town bands because Kenosha's
Nobody knows
weird.
them. Well, anybody. You don't know
Yeah.
this band.
Exactly.
Why am I going to go? I have no idea. Even if you go listen to them, it's like, then still, they sound okay, but I'm not going to go see them. I just, heard them this week.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's tricky.
It is tricky, but I was like, okay, I'll listen to them. So the very first, I'd have to say 3 notes of this song that I listened to, I was like, oh my God.
And what's this band's name?
It's called Jenny Don't and the Spurs.
Wow, I like that name.
I like it too,
Jenny
and
Don't and
I am
Spurs.
in love with them. But I'm also in love with music, and I like to have new music come in, and I think it's very important.
What would you kind of genreize them as?
I would say rockabilly slash like kind of outlaw-ish
Female singer?
Western, which are my favorites.
Okay, female
I'm privy
singer,
to
yeah.
women singers.
I
so-
like angry chick rock. I'm a big fan of that stuff.
Yes.
Like,
Oh my
like
God.
chick punk, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
Bob,
going to stay with us, right?
yeah, they're going to stay with us.
Oh, that is great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
really
we're gonna
coming
intro-
in just to...
Are they sleeping at Pavle's or UPT?
I don't know if they're going to sleep at
maybe at our
UPT
house,
or our
actually.
house. I haven't quite decided.
Yeah.
But I'm
Oh, but
hoping...
UPT has the apartment there, don't they?
Yeah, we have two.
Yes.
3
Yes.
bedrooms. Yeah.
I mean, we have this studio up for Airbnb on the weekends.
You do.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, right here. They sleep on the bed.
Sleep right on the
It's like a
table.
camper style. Turns into a bed.
Yeah, it's great.
Got a fridge.
Yeah. And with that, we'll be back with some more about Pavle's and Ben's run for President of the United States of America.
Oh.
Yay.
Life throws us curveballs, moments when we need to gather, remember, and say goodbye. It's during these times that Casey Family Options Funerals and Cremations stands with you.
They offer a wide range of affordable options from traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life. No matter your family's wishes, they can create a meaningful tribute without breaking the bank.
But here's the thing, affordability does not mean they cut corners. At Casey Family Options, they believe every life deserves a beautiful send-off.
So when life throws you a curveball, remember you're not alone. Casey Family Options Funeral and Cremations, affordable care with endless compassion.
Visit them online at CaseyFamilyOptions.com or call today for a free consultation, 262-653-0667. Hey, Jason, want to help me move this weekend? Hey, don't be that guy.
Your friends do not want to spend all day lugging your crap around for a few beers and pizza.
When you are looking to relocate, call on About Time Moving Systems. They have over 20 years of trusted 5-star experience.
Find them online at abouttimemoving.com. Your friends and your body will thank you.
And we're back from that break.
And what a break that was.
Yeah, that's
sincere. It was.
It was a great break.
It was
and
amazing.
I love
break.
learning about Pavle's Lounge on 50
We're talking about Ben.
Yeah, and now we're going to bring it back, and we're going to talk about Ben. Ben, you are running for political office.
I am.
This is amazing. This is crazy to me.
Can I get a hoopty?
Crazy.
Would you like a hoopty?
I'd love one.
So, Ben, I have a first question for you.
Yes.
That you might get asked during the
Yes.
campaign.
Thank you, darling.
Why don't you go by
sweetheart.
David?
Oh!
what was the question?
I asked him why he doesn't go by David, which is his real name.
Thank gosh he doesn't.
It's David Ben DeSchmidt, right?
Yeah.
Love them.
No, my family has a little bit of a tradition, so
Lots of Ds?
Yeah, too many D's.
Okay.
so the guys go by their middle names. So Ben is.
Oh, so you're not the only one in your family that does this tradition?
No.
Okay.
It happens. It happens. You find it here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of like that name.
David.
David? I hate.
I do a lot of hunting to find what your real name was. I do a lot of research and digging to find out to make sure I was right on what it
It's
was.
all going to come
Well,
out.
some of
'Cause there's
my
a-
people are Davids.
Right.
There's a lot of David DeSchmidts.
Aiello.
There's so many Davids.
Yeah, there's a lot
Ashcan
of,
School.
Yeah, there's a lot of
and,
Davids that are going to vote for you, Ben. And that's
you
what-
think so?
Oh, I hope
I hope so.
All Davids get out and vote for Ben. He's going to be Wisconsin's
Ben.
65th
Ben.
District Assembly, a.k.a. Ben, a.k.a. Dave.
Doesn't Ben? That's the cutest name ever.
Oh, you think Ben's the cutest
I love
name?
Ben.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we had to dig it out to find out.
What are you gonna say?
All right, so this will just be for Patreon.
No, we're not doing more Patreon stuff. This is the real episode.
I mean, so when you
it's
guys
real.
are banging,
This
you
is
call him
all
David
real.
or Ben?
Ben, hello. I don't like David. Like I don't even know him as David. Like when
That could be
anybody
mysterious
calls him
and very
David, no, it's gross because David. I don't like that name first and foremost.
Because
And
you banged a David in your 20s?
Never, ever have I ever had a David as a boyfriend.
Oh.
And David is.
Well, you do right now.
Well, no, I don't. I have a Ben. My Ben.
Oh,
You're Benjamin Franklin.
My Benjamin.
I like that.
Benjamin David. That's how it is for me. I mean, David don't even count.
All right,
Poor Ben.
Ben.
I'm sorry.
yes.
let's talk about your wanting to get into politics. So when you were young, I mean, you kind of were wanting to get into politics back then when you were a young little lad, correct?
Well, the interesting thing was I grew up. I was raised by a single mom. My mom, Lane,
Your
and,
mom is fantastic. By the way.
yeah.
I've met her numerous of times. She is
she's
an inspiration
Thank you.
for single mothers. She is.
Yeah,
she's
maybe.
terrific, and so I always grew up on political campaigns. So I was doing leaflet drops, putting together yard signs, all this different stuff.
So it's kind of been in your blood.
It has been. She was a delegate to the 1984 Democratic Convention.
Oh,
so,
really?
And stuff like that, and so.
So did you kind of like feel it back then? Like, hey, this my mom's into this. I kind of want to get into what my mom is into.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure it was completely that. I think it was more that if you live somewhere, you should get involved.
Okay.
In stuff, and so it's. I wouldn't say it seemed like a natural thing, but it seems like something that you should feel compelled to do. You should want to help. You should give back. You should,
I mean, and it's not funny, but it's funny
Yeah.
that you say that because like you give back in different ways as an owner of Union Park Tavern and Pavle's. Is you give back to the community with entertainment, a good time, and now you want to give back to the community in a political way because that's kind of like how you're raised with your mother.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. It's almost like full circle. You're going to just step up and help the community out in so many different ways.
Well, that's the best part of business. I mean, we have such great local business in Kenosha. I mean, think of a place like the Coffee Pot.
Yep.
Think of a place like Frank's Diner.
Yep. Good
Think
old
of
Kevin.
a place like the Boathouse or the New Fin and Ale or something like that. These are all people
Could you name
that
any
have
of our
been.
sponsors, please? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, give me a name. But, I mean, it's probably true. I mean, these places they're not, I mean, you think, business is about making money or something like that.
No.
But these are people that are invested in the community. You ask them to sponsor this, you ask them to sponsor that, whatever it is. And it's not just about that. They want to be here. And so they recognize that to make this community as good as it can be, they have to give back, And so we're lucky to be part of that with Union Park, with Pavle's and everything. But there were plenty of businesses here before,
Right.
we were and great role models. So, we're just lucky to be part of that constellation of great places that keep Kenosha what it is.
Yeah. I mean, you just keep it kind of going how it is. You guys do such great work as I've been tooting your horn so much during this episode. I really have.
We adore you,
I mean,
too.
I do love you guys. You guys you really do great work. And Ben,
You said doo-doo?
Yeah. Ben, I'm very proud that you are running for this position. And I want to know, you have the blessing from Tod, our good friend Tod.
Our
Ohnstad.
good friend Todd,
Love
who's been
Todd.
on this podcast.
Yeah, he's
I've
been
known
on the
him
show,
since
and
I
it was a
was a
great
child.
episode. He loves you guys. He mentioned it on the show, and he's a frequent visitor of Union Park Tavern. I've seen there numerous of times. We bought each other beers and stuff. How does it feel that Tod gave you his blessing to take over the position that he ran
He
for so long?
chose Ben.
Yes,
It
you're
wasn't
right.
even a blessing. He chose him.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing about it is that you have somebody like Todd who has so much history in this town. American Motors.
Yep.
I mean, the most stand-up union person that you could imagine. And not only that, but I mean, Angie and I talk about this in 2020, 2021, when COVID was happening, when the riots were happening. The first person to show up outside our door
Todd.
Was Tod.
Todd
Wow,
to
that's
say,
amazing.
do you guys want boards up here? Do you guys
man.
want this? He's out there. I mean,
Yep.
he's actually physically putting the
Yep.
boards up.
He's a
I mean,
great
he's
guy.
not just talking about it. You know, he's doing that. And then I tell people, too, all the business that, you know, we lost because of COVID, he's the first person that told us, oh, this grant, you should apply. And if it wasn't for that help,
A lot of
we
businesses
would be out of business.
He would Ben.
So I say, you know, to folks, if you want to know what good government is, what government can do for you, look at somebody like Todd.
Yep.
That's what, you know, the best example of what government could do for
Yep.
you.
And-
You know, so if I can live up to that example.
I think you will, because Todd is set the bar very high.
Yeah,
Ben.
yeah.
But I think you are younger, you're willing, and I think you're just going to set this to a different level when you do win. Because
well,
I do
hope
think
so.
you will
I'm
win.
excited. Thank you.
I do think
Yeah,
you're going to
thank
do
you.
great things for Kenosha. And Todd, we're going back about what Todd did. When Todd was on the show, he talked about how he helped Deshaun from Black Coffee get that grant with Francisco to start Black Coffee.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is the kind of stuff that you're going to be doing. You're going to be helping out small businesses, getting them involved. So I mean, let's vote for Ben when you get on the ballot, because you're going to be on the ballot. We're going to find out a couple days after this episode. Well, this episode's coming out in what, 2 weeks?
Week and a half, yeah. End of the month.
You
I
better
hope we
be,
know.
yeah. You better be on, because otherwise this episode's dead, right?
Yeah, right. yeah.
But I mean, Ben, I mean, you've already been such a staple in the community, and I'll never forget this last summer when you guys helped out with our Planned Parenthood fundraiser. I know, Planned Parenthood. Let's not talk about it. I know
You're
I
a
know.
liberal nut.
but
There's
you.
people that,
Ben, you guys, Ben and Angie, you guys were like, "Hey, I want to be part of this event. This is something that we believe in." Hey, and you know, if somebody doesn't believe in it, they don't have to be mad about it. They just don't have to deal with it.
Right.
But you guys stepped up for us,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
believed that we were raising money for a good cause, and we really appreciate that. And that's what I love in a politician, Ben. You were like, "This is what I believe in. You're going to try to help out the community. Let's go with it."
Well, I'm not going to apologize for that. I know Angie wouldn't either. If you don't have full rights over your health care,
For sure.
you know, you can't be a free person.
Yeah, I agree.
And so if you're female and people are telling you you can't do this or you can't do that,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
lunacy.
Yeah, make your own decision.
know,
what you believe
so,
in is what you
yeah,
believe in, and then
that's-
you can make that decision on your own.
But so Ben's running for the Wisconsin State Assembly District 65.
And that leads me to this question I want to ask you, Jason. What is that?
That's a good question, because you see me with a paper in my hand. So
Yeah, I mean, what is?
District 65 comprises parts of southeast Kenosha County, including the southern half of the city of Kenosha and the northern half of the village of Pleasant Prairie.
Yes.
Oh.
The district also contains downtown Kenosha, Kenosha Harbor, and landmarks such as Civic Center Historic District and Library Park.
Wow.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
That is a lot of area. And Ben,
And if you're wondering
It
if
is.
you are in that, you can find a map of the district on wisconsin.gov that will lay it out, the entire thing. Now, this is like a zigzag. It looks like Kentucky, kind of. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
well, that's the thing is that you know, we haven't had fair maps for quite a
Yeah.
while
That was my
because
next
of
topic.
the, you know, Republican controlled legislature and everything like that. And Tony Evers, our great governor, has thankfully brokered a deal that gives us basically fair maps.
Okay.
Again.
Well, it was the Supreme Court more, right?
Yeah,
It was the
the
state
Supreme Court is going to approve those maps, has approved those maps.
They really ruled that the other ones were unconstitutional last year,
because
right?
they're crazy. I mean, I talked to people. I was down in Pleasant Prairie last week, actually just on Thursday, and I was going up to houses, and that, and I, ring the doorbell.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? I'm, Ben and stuff. And I said, well, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm running for state assembly, this district.
that?
And, well, there's what's state assembly do? But folks, they've been jostled around so much. I mean, is it 64th district? Is it 65th?
Yeah.
Is it 60? Whatever. And people, I mean, why should this location all of a sudden, snap of fingers, be somewhere else?
Yeah.
And most of that is because the ruling power, the Republicans have said, well, if we carve out the district this way, it'll give us an advantage, And it's unfortunate that people are caught up in those political games, because it doesn't make sense.
So what's the solution for gerrymandering? Because you would think that one side was going to try and do it more their way, the other side was going to try to do it their way.
Yeah.
So what's the solution? How can they do something that's fair?
Well, I mean, the solution is just to look at the law. The law basically is, okay, there are these number of Senate districts, there are these number of assembly districts in the state. So for every Senate district, there's 3 assembly districts. So Senator Wirch has his district, and in this area around that Senate district, there are 3 assembly districts, and there are all these games that get played with drawing borders, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the weird part. But how can that be fair? How can we do it fairly?
You could just say, these are the parameters. It has to be a rectangle.
That's what.
Period.
My idea would be like
Or an oval.
No more than
or-
6 sides, kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But
And
even
then
in
just
this
adjust it for
district,
population.
I mean, if you look at this new district, you go up in the northern section, and it's this little teeny tiny pie wedge that goes down into this bigger area, and then there are these stranger cutouts. So, for instance, our District 65, Union Park Tavern, is in that district, but Pavle's is not.
Okay.
But
I mean,
Pavle's is
I have the
actually
map right here that nobody can see. 'cause we're
Pavle's is
recording,
actually south of Union Park Tavern, but it's not in that and you think, well, why
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
is that? It doesn't
It
doesn't
looks
make
like
a lot of
Kentucky, and
sense,
Kentucky has a river, so that's their excuse.
Yeah.
We don't
yeah.
have.
But why would, that make sense?
I think once you get elected and then you become president of the United States of America, you can change this.
Oh, thanks.
I think so.
you, Doug.
So I mean,
Because I'm 2 blocks out of this district right here, and I want to vote for you.
so people know about their senators, they know about their House
Mm-hmm.
Representatives, but a lot of people, like including me, like up to a couple years ago, doesn't know what the assemblyman person
Well, the
does.
assembly is, I mean, it's very important. It's like Congress has a House of Representatives. The assembly
don't we
is
have
the
that?
equivalent of
But don't
that.
we have state representatives?
Yeah, that's what this is.
But don't we have another? Don't we have senators and state representatives and is a third thing?
No, you
Or
have
am I
the
wrong?
House of Representatives, representatives
national, yeah.
to Congress.
Okay.
That's the
Two of
equivalent
those.
of the assembly representatives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
kind of like there's the Senate and the House.
Okay.
Assembly is the House.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So it's that type of thing.
Okay.
A little confusing, but
It is
I think we got-
confusing. It is confusing, but I mean, the thing is, it's the legislature, so it's the folks that make laws.
Right.
So just like the House of Representatives makes laws that get passed or not passed by the Senate, the Assembly makes laws that get passed or not passed by the state Senate.
So what made you want? Oh, go ahead.
So back to the gerrymandering thing, Ben.
Yeah.
So according to my research, in 2023, the Wisconsin Supreme Court ruled that the district lines were unconstitutional and must be redrawn before the 2024 elections.
Yeah.
So how is this affecting your district and your clientele and the people that you're representing? How do you know? Have you gotten any kind of updates on this at all?
Yeah. Well, like I said, the maps are totally different. So,
you have gotten updates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
wait. So this one here that
this
Donnie
is
printed
the
out,
new one.
This is the new
that's
one?
mine. I gave him that. So
this is the one I
new
saw online today.
Yeah.
It still looks like shit. Well,
Yeah. But that's the new one.
It's still weird.
Yeah, it's still weird, but that's actually the new map.
And who decided this?
Well, they hired consultants who gave input, but this is the thing that people don't realize, is that to work in the legislature, you have, two parties that are in control. You have a majority and you have a minority. So the Republicans have the majority, Democrats have the minority.
So whoever's drawn this lineup is doing it in favor of their party. So it's just a back and forth. It's not fair.
It's a back and forth. It's not totally fair. It's not 100%. And the thing about it is, this is, I think, what we have to get away from, which I hope to get away from, is that folks need to talk to each other again. Because, if I bring somebody out, I have a lot of Republicans supporting me, a lot of Republicans interested in my campaign.
For sure.
And if I sit down with them and have a beer and say, does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And they'll say, oh, well, this is for political. And I said, well, let's talk about it. Let's get past that. Let's think about it. And there has to be a solution.
Something fair.
Something fair.
For both sides.
Yeah, exactly. Something fair. So I think there's a lot of work that we can do to get, and I'm not saying that our legislature doesn't have people that are looking at it that way. Tod is, when you think about people that you'd be happy to sit with and have a beer and talk, Tod is 100%
He's the best
with that. Great. But, I think we can do more work in that way and just get people talking and thinking and socializing and, and stuff like that.
Is it true that Wisconsin is like one of the worst gerrymandered states in the nation?
Yeah, it has been.
Okay.
This is an improvement, but it's, like you said,
it's still messed up. Yeah.
It's still messed up, but it's better where the Democrats think we might be able to get a majority, and we haven't had a majority. And
so it's cheating on your side this time.
Yeah. Well, this is how it works, but it is kind of crazy, though, isn't it?
It is a little nuts.
That it's that
just
way.
Whoever's in charge kind of moves over their way, and then it goes back and forth. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. But
if it was all like set squares, like 4-sided. Yeah. Would that just remain as one constant kind of flow of party favors, you think? I don't know.
I don't. It's restricted actually by population. So I think each assembly district has to be limited to 60,000 because for every 3 assembly districts, you have 1 Senate district. Okay. So, for instance, Senator Wirch has 3 districts.
Yeah, that's kind of
so his district is like 180,000, and each Senate district is. So you have to figure out borders.
Well, it'd be a square judging by population. So, like the northern Wisconsin boxes would be huge.
Right.
It'd be tighter down here.
Yeah,
kind
but
of thing.
tighter down here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. So who is running against you?
A few people, right?
Well, I wouldn't say it against. There are 2 other Democratic candidates. There's Kyle Flood, who has been on the school board before, and Atifa
the school
Robertson.
board's really going through some fun stuff right now.
School board's a complicated thing. I actually, folks that serve on the school board are saints.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to do that is...
Last week's guest, Tamara Coleman, was a school board member.
Yeah. And then on the Republican side, right now, I think it's just Brian Gonzalez.
Is that the guy who shot Michael Bell?
Not Michael
Supposedly, I'm sorry.
No.
You're political here, Ben. I'm sorry. Is that the guy who supposedly shot Michael Bell?
Oh, the dude shot him. It just was it justifiable
Right.
or not?
His son. Not
Oh, his son.
Michael
Yeah,
Bell.
I'm sorry. His son. Yes.
Suppose. I mean, yes.
I mean, when I see
I've
billboards,
heard
that's
this.
the guy. Okay.
I've heard
okay.
this.
Okay.
I've heard this.
Oh,
I
he's
mean-
the cop that pulled the trigger. No, I thought that was. I don't know. I was. Oh, okay. Okay. So, the cop is the son of the politician, correct? Or
Hold on,
the politician is the son of the cop?
We got to edit this out real good here. Hold on here. Hold on.
I'm just clarifying who's who. That's
Yeah,
all.
okay, hold on. Let's.
No, the politician is the cop.
Oh, the same person.
Same person.
So, oh,
They
okay.
shot Michael Bell's son.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. let's
Was his name Michael Bell too?
edit. Yeah. His
Yes.
name was Michael Bell.
Junior
okay.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he shot him. That's a fact. I
Right.
mean, justified or not, that's opinion.
How should we come back with this question?
I'm not cutting this out.
I don't. That's up to you
You're
guys.
not going to, or
Well, I think we
I
should
don't think.
just come back.
I think it
and
was
be
fine. We're just clarifying what we're talking about. So,
Well, you got to clean up a
was.
little bit now.
I mean, well, now I do. Now you did this.
But just so folks know, there'll be a primary in August, which is complicated because everybody's doing like all sorts of stuff in August, and it's usually not a high voter turnout,
Right.
You know, in August. So
yeah, that's a.
Let's get everybody
it'd
out
be
in
great to
August.
get everybody, whatever their party, whoever they're voting for, out to vote August 13th.
I mean, Ben, you
Yeah.
I mean, you've been into politics for a long time. And, I mean, even if they don't vote for you, you want people to get out and vote.
Yes.
Because, I mean, people
Yes.
have a voice.
Yes.
And, I mean, that's the kind of guy that you are. Hey, if you're not going to vote, just go vote. If you're not going to vote for me, just go and vote. I love how the
100%.
system works.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
Ben. Okay, we're going to wrap things up here on this subject, but I had to ask you that.
Yeah.
Okay, if someone is listening right now and they're like, okay, I kind of like this guy, but I have some questions for
He is
him.
sexy.
How could they address you with these questions?
Oh, I would love to hear from you at benforwisconsin.com. That would be great, you know.
That'll be in our show notes too, as well.
Yep.
All right.
And just stop on in at Union Park
Yeah.
Tavern or Pavle's,
Union Park
right?
Tavern, Pavle's. I'm usually there. I'd love to have a beer with anybody that has
Just
questions.
have a conversation,
or
a
talk.
beer and
Yeah,
a conversation
for sure.
with Ben.
Yep.
I like that. Angie, I got to ask you this question. You've been quiet for a long time here because we're talking about Ben. He's,
Right.
I
Oh,
want,
shit, I turned you off.
You turn me off? Oh.
well, let me turn you on here, Angie.
Oh.
I want to ask you this. So, Ben has always been into politics,
Yes.
and you had a
Yes.
little health scare recently. We won't get into
Yes.
that. It is what it is, and we're glad that you're here, and we love you
Thank
so
you.
much. But Ben then asked. Ben was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this." This politic run. What were your first reactions? Were you happy for him? Or were
Well,
you
my
like,
first reactions were, the first thing about it is we have been talking about this for the past couple years.
Okay.
So
this
has
was a prior conversation.
Yes, it
Okay.
was. You know what though? Ben has saved my life.
Oh.
Not only during my last health scare, but before too,
Oh.
when my mother had passed away. Seriously, Ben is a man that you want to have on your side
my God, I'm gonna
because
cry.
really, he did. I want to cry too because he has been there for me. Not only with my two last health scares, I guess. But he's a good man, and he's an honest man, and he is an authentic person. And, I thank God for him every day. Really, I do.
that is?
Jeez.
I mean,
I didn't
was
see
that
that.
too much? Was that
That's
too
too
much?
much.
It was too much.
I feel the same way.
Oh my God!
I mean, I love him to death.
Do you
and
want Jason? Do you want Jason and I to leave the A Plus Mobility?
but really,
studio real quick
honestly,
here?
Soundproof
he's
studio.
a good man to have on your side
That's
and to have your
Yeah.
back.
He
And
is. And he was going to have the whole back of
quite frankly,
District 65.
I don't think I would ever, even my very best friends in my life or my family, wouldn't have done what he has done for me. And I know from the bottom of my heart that he would do that for anybody or the community because he
He cares.
is He does care. He does care.
That's nice.
Yeah, Ben is here for the people. Ben for the people. That should
for
be
the people.
the cause. And you know what? And you guys are going to keep rocking with Pavle's Union Park Tavern and as a 65th District Assembly. I mean, this is going to be a fucking trifecta right here. This is going to be solid goat. I would say solid goat because you are the goat. You are the goat. You're the goat. You're the goat, Ben.
You're not a goat.
He's the
darling.
goat. Ben is the goat.
All right, and with that, I think we're going to take our next break. We'll be right back to wrap things up with Ben and Angie from Union Park.
Woo, yay.
One bad day can lead to many more when the law becomes involved.
And if your one bad day leads to the need for experienced representation, call on the law offices of Frank J. Parise.
Parise is more than just a local rock star. This born and raised Kenosian specializes in misdemeanors, felonies, DUIs, drug charges, domestic violence, and juvenile law.
Save this number in your phone now, 262-656-9906. You never know when you might need Frank Parise. He is here to help you. Hey, where you going?
I'm getting down to Frank's Diner. They're only open for breakfast and lunch, so I gotta hurry.
Whoa, what do they got down there?
Amazing food! They have their world-famous garbage plates, but so much more. Fantastic homemade French toast, delicious sandwiches for lunch, and be sure to check out their daily specials. They're always coming up with something new and different.
That's Frank's Diner, located in downtown Kenosha at 508 58th Street. Whether you are buying, selling, or just curious about the local market, Shannon Franklin of RE/MAX Newport Elite would love to offer her support and service.
Shannon knows Kenosha, both as an agent and can help you find exactly what you're looking for.
Find her realtor webpage at remax.com or give her a call at 262-960-5182 to begin your real estate journey. So, Donnie, I got to ask you.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah.
If Angie would have died that night, that she had the problem, would we have kept the Yay sound clip and kept it going? What's your opinion? Because I
think we would.
Fuck yeah.
I think we
I'd
would
have
have
more.
I would have said we had to keep it going out of respect. It's a tribute.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it would have been a tribute.
For sure.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you.
All right, Angie. So I was a little hesitant to bring this up because we're friends. We've known each other for a long time.
I love you.
And I need to ask, and the people want to know. We want to know what happened to you. You had a health scare.
Yeah, I had a
and everybody
huge
in this whole town came together and wanted to know what was going on
That's
with
what
Angie.
brought me back, quite frankly, I think. You know, all the love for my people, my core people and my community that don't really even know me, but still.
But they know you and they respect you.
And
They know you and they know your spirit.
Me, with them, you know, even if it was like a moment that we shared together, you know, like we shared something and
even if, like, you probably got text messages from people where like oh, I don't even like.
Yes,
you'd be like, I don't remember this, but you touched so many people's lives. Yes.
They touched mine because, quite frankly, I swear to God, that's what brought me back. It was so unreal the way that things happened.
So can we go back
night.
and just kind of like tell the story? What happened to our listeners?
I quite frankly don't even really know because Ben was there.
So you had a heart attack.
I did have a heart attack.
At Union Park Tavern, you were there.
Yes. The thing is
how
like,
foolish is your heart to attack you? I mean,
quite
that's
frankly,
insane.
right?
Yeah. I mean, that's
I know.
crazy.
No.
How dare it?
Seriously. I mean, but I had been having symptoms since, I would say 3 months before I had the heart attack.
Can you share those symptoms for our listeners who might?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe save somebody's life.
But, you know, you won't recognize them unless you know yourself, and that's really hard for a woman to know themselves because it's hard. You know, you get, I mean, things are weird for women. However, you know, you always put yourself last. But anyways.
So it's a lot of stress. It
is a lot of stress, but whatever.
Let's say what they were.
But anyways, so, okay, my symptoms started out as me being very, very tired. And I thought that, well, I was just burnt out. You
Right,
know, I was doing way too much, so
you're
I put
running
it
2
aside.
bars, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Exactly what I wanted to do, but still I started to feel, really super tired. No big deal. So I put it off and I just pushed through it, as a woman would do, I would think. And not that any of you guys would think that, because you wouldn't know. But maybe you would. I don't know. So anyways, then
So you're pushing through. You're
pushing
like,
through.
okay, I'm working extra hard. I'm super.
Well, she was
fucking tired.
pushing through even like
the
15 or 20 minutes before she had the heart attack.
I was.
She was in the basement doing inventory.
I finished the fucking
and
inventory.
ran upstairs.
I finished the fucking inventory. I was having a heart attack and I was like, Ben, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I just have to go home. And he's like, Angie,
Like, what's
if
wrong
you
with you?
No, not even that.
No,
because
just-
I'm
like
too
you're just
strong
worn out,
for that,
yeah.
right? So he's like, Angie, if you don't do the inventory, you're going to kick yourself in the ass tomorrow for not doing it and getting it done. And he was right, because you know what? I always do on Mondays if I don't get it done on Sundays. So I finished up the inventory while I was having a heart attack, not even knowing I was having a heart attack because I'm putting it off because I'm too strong to have a heart attack,
You fucked the heart attack off.
Yeah. So I finished the fucking inventory. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling nauseous. So then I decided to sit down at bar 4B,
Over the table. And,
Yes, exactly. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. And so I was like, Ben, can you grab me a bucket? Just in case
Were
I
you
throw
drinking
up.
that night at all?
No,
Okay,
nothing. But I
okay.
did have a burger with
so you just ate.
onion,
Okay.
with raw onion and I requested the raw onion.
Oh.
And every time I have raw onion, I start to feel shitty. So I don't even know if I'm allergic to
wasn't
raw
the
onion.
onion.
But it could have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
It could've been
anyways,
both. Yeah, it could've been
could've
the onion and
anything.
your heart,
I don't
yeah.
fucking know. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Well, all right.
So anyways, I'm sitting at that table and I'm like, Ben, I need a bucket. So he comes out with a fucking square plastic, I don't even know, like something you use, I guess, in a hospital. So I'm like, all right, well, this will do because we'll just throw it out anyway. So I'm not going to ever use this thing again.
Okay.
So he goes into the kitchen and he starts changing the oil. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel really sick and I'm so tired. So I go in, I guess, into the back office, into the storage part of it, thinking, I'm just going to pass out, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I just need to
So
go
you
to
just sit
sleep.
down for a minute, yeah.
Basically die.
Oh.
So
Like
I
you
go
were-
back there and I lay down on my stomach with the bucket in front of my mouth just in case, because I don't want to asphyxiate, because that happened
Oh, yeah,
so
later
many
side.
Yeah.
times with my past people.
You hear about that, yeah.
Yeah. And so I did that, and Ben was in the kitchen. For some reason, he decided to go in the back and check on me. And thank God that he did. Thank God. And he did. And I was unresponsive.
Yeah, you were.
So we called 911, and thank God again, there was something going on at one of the bars down the street from us, and there was a cop there.
It's right in the area. I remember
right,
hearing about
like
this.
a
Yeah.
block away.
Yeah.
So they came to Union Park, started administrating the CPR. And then, I don't know how many minutes away, but then the ambulance came, and I
Were you
was,
totally out of it at this
I was
time?
Oh, Angie's
completely
done,
out
yeah.
of it. So I don't even know
But
what
Ben, you're
happened
freaking
after
out
that.
though, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
You
she
gotta be.
turned blue. Her lips were blue.
You
her
called
face was
911. Did you
blue.
know any? Do you know any CPR or anything? Were you
No,
able-
I mean that's a thing we're already set up. So we have.
You're gonna
they're
go into
gonna
now,
come
huh?
in and everybody in the bar is going to be trained.
Okay,
in
yeah,
CPR
smart. Fucking
on
A,
that.
yeah.
But Yeah, no, I didn't know anything about it. I'm screaming at the 911 operator, and she's like, "Oh, there's a cop outside. He's right there." And he just was in the neighborhood for no reason, and he came right in. And that's the second time he's been decorated for that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw that there was he got celebrated for being there, saving your life, so to speak.
Well, he did.
Three guys, three though. There were three.
Well, there was a whole bunch of people there, but
everyone's
he was the first person.
Lip lock with Angie.
He was the first, I mean, he was the first person who was there.
I don't know these people. I'd like to though.
Oh, so you don't know these cops?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I saw the post, but I was out of it for I don't even know how many days, and I'd like
10
to
days.
know.
Wow, 10 days.
Yeah, she was in a coma for a week.
Wow.
I know, and I feel bad. I was texting you like every other day.
Well, according to doctors, though, she's in the 10% club.
messages.
So only 10% of people come back from that.
Well, that's like the Widowmaker, huh?
Yep.
It
See,
was,
Widowmaker,
yeah.
You weren't out of it that easy, Ben.
I know he wanted to be too.
Oh no!
Obviously, he would have let it
Angie,
just go if.
I mean, that kind of sums up your whole life. You're a fighter. You go what you want to do. I mean,
yeah. But we got the news the night we were recording. We were here.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
We were in this room. I forgot who was
You'll hear
here.
it because you're a Patreon subscriber now.
And we got the news from, I don't remember who.
I forgot who texted me.
Somebody, we got the news in. We're like, oh, fuck.
Lisa,
and
Shannon.
we kind of thought you might have been
else?
dead. We were like,
Yeah,
that's kind of how it
we
was
didn't know
sounding
what
at
was
first.
going on. Yeah.
But we weren't sure. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, and then, like you said, you feel this need to do, but you do project this, like, strong woman fucking energy. And
thank
that
you.
and heart attacks are kind of, uncommon in women. You don't expect a woman to, of our age, this shit to happen to, and hopefully it's a wake up call to all of us to
To
try to make
advocate
more
for yourself
and make
because
more good
nobody
choices.
else will do that for you. You know what? If you feel shitty, fucking say something about it and advocate for yourself because nobody else is going to give a shit.
right.
Quite
So
frankly, they do not. So you have to say, hey, this is what hurts. If you don't,
This is going on here. Take care of me.
you have to advocate for yourself because it is so tough. No one else will do it for you. They just won't.
So Ben, I got to ask you this: after this scare here, are you going to ask Angie to marry you?
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Already, she said no.
Did I? I don't remember that. You fucking gaslighter, you.
Just kidding. They're perfect.
Donnie.
They're perfect the way they are. They are Kenosha's cutest couple.
That's a Donnie for
We got to lighten the mood
killing
up.
the fucking mood.
We got to
Holy
lighten the
shit.
mood up here a little bit here. But don't worry, Angie. You'll be first lady sooner than later when Ben runs for president.
I just figured you two were. Some people just never get married. That's kind of some couples are just like that. That's what I kind of figured you two as.
I don't know.
Who cares?
Do you need to be?
I do not need to be associated with God or the government with my relationship with somebody.
Right? Do you need
That's
that piece of paper?
yeah. I mean, yeah, a party's fun. I mean, that's the
but
best part about
however,
it.
you know what? You better marry me. Otherwise, we're probably going to be over with. I just have no.
Hey Ben,
Breaking news.
Ben, did I ever tell you that Angie was my first bartender
news.
crush? So,
No, I've heard in graphic details. You told me.
so you better ask her to marry you.
Yeah.
I heard you and Angie are going to run off on your Kia.
Oh yeah. Well, Angie did tell me she likes Kia Souls.
Cube.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't like yes.
All right, so
What ugly
Angie and Ben and Angie,
Adorable.
Kenosha's power couple, cutest couple, anything you can ever imagine. That's what you guys. You are the perfect combo. Union Park Tavern, Pavle's, politician. I mean, I have to ask this: what is next? What is next? I mean, what else can you guys do? What's next? Come on, you got a spoiler for us.
Do we?
What bar are you buying next?
No,
Oh,
okay.
never ever again. I just wanna,
I'm most concerned about our dog now.
yeah. Oh, my poor Lucy.
okay.
She's fine.
So you're gonna win. You're gonna be in the assembly.
Yeah.
And Union Park Tavern in Pavle's is gonna be rocking Kenosha with the best entertainment and drinks in town, aka Union Park, best beer garden and food also as well.
Yes.
I mean, if there's
Yes.
there's nothing next. There's nothing.
Don't do that.
There's nothing next for you guys. You've done it all already.
No.
No, come on.
Okay.
There's nothing. I mean, come on.
I mean, you had a near-death experience.
I did.
Angie will
God.
come up with something.
Yeah,
She'll
I mean,
come up with
something
I know.
is
I
going
will.
to happen.
We're going to be at
You
the
know what?
Peachtree Music Festival.
I
We're gonna
love
be,
that.
Oh, you serving hot dogs
serving
there?
food there, hot
Never
beef.
hot dogs. Never hot dogs.
I heard
Not
that
hot
hot
dogs.
beef is very
Our food
good.
is
We did
very,
snow cones, and didn't we do snow cones?
particular. Yeah, we did,
Yeah.
but
Snow
we're
cones.
very healthy.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, I bought a snow cone machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
we have that. I can't wait to do it again. I can't.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I like this.
Oh.
So what about Pavle's? Is there going to be, I got to ask, is there going to be music outside soon this year? Or?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, there is.
Oh.
There is going to be music outside.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Pavle's. However, I have to say, I'm looking for music.
Oh, you're looking. So if somebody want,
Yes.
Oh, by the
I
way,
have
when we get,
plenty of dates open.
I have the
at
perfect
Pavle's.
combination for you that I will talk to you off of the air that I just made a connection with 2 days ago.
Good.
And I am making a power group in Kenosha. I'm not going to be the manager. I'm putting it together, and I will be a forgotten person. But you were on the
I
list
would
of where
love
we're going to play.
that.
Yep,
I love that fucking bar. I love it.
it's a great bar. And you know what's even better? Angie and Ben from Union Park Tavern. What's our next segment here?
Should we even do the Ktown Connects and trivia, or should we just call it and
I think we just call it.
just
I think
wrap
we just
and
wrap
have it?
I think we just wrap this up. I think we.
It's after 10.
Yeah, I think
It's
let's-
10:06.
I think we. I think.
So we got to bring it in here then. Boom.
I don't have those notes.
Well, we got to bring it in here then.
Okay, I think we're gonna come back and we'll say, hey, is there anything you guys want to talk about for you?
No. That's gonna be another fucking hour.
Okay. Well, one last message. Is there any last message?
No. We just
plug.
we plug their fucking website,
Okay.
their address, the fucking.
What? Ben, assembly.
Let's go to the port.
And then we'll go to the port.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. You ready?
Yes.
Oh.
No, come on, put them on.
Okay.
Let's make it about Ben, though.
No. Oh.
It's about both of you.
No.
Yes.
Well, you both are stars. You both are stars.
Truly, obviously.
But Ben would be nothing without you, Angie. You know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love you, my darling.
You guys are gonna fuck so good tonight. She is just like all over you tonight. I've never seen her this goo over you in years.
you
She's
are-
wasted.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, that was our recap with Angie and Ben. And you know what? If you want to learn more about Union Park Tavern and how they met, go back in the archives and check out the earlier episode featuring Angie and Ben from Union Park Tavern.
Is that when you asked when they first banged?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is. There's a lot of good information in that episode. And thank you guys so much for coming on back then. And nowadays, it's kind of an update version because you guys are always evolving. You guys are always helping the community, doing things, and it's just so great. As you guys know, I love you guys. I am a big supporter.
We love you.
I am a big supporter. My bacon count
I love
proves
you
it.
both so much.
Hey, Donnie, I got to tell you, don't forget to follow the Ktown Connects podcast on all those social media outlets Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of those. Drop us a 5-star, thumbs up, great review, help us spread about the hottest podcast
And
in
what
town.
podcast is that? That is the Ktown Connects podcast. Follow, listen, and subscribe. Please do it. And hey, if you like this episode, it's brought to you by our Patreon subscriber of the week, our favorite pancake flipper, Kevin Irvin. Everybody loves
love him.
Yeah, Kevin's a great man. Thank you for all of your support over the years from the beginning to the end, because we're going to end soon because our lease is up here in another year and a half, and I'm fucking done doing this stuff. But
Wait, what?
no, just kidding. And if you'd like to become a Patreon subscriber, visit ktownconnects.com. Subscriptions start, get this, as low as $2 a month.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
as
is
low
no-
as $2 a month.
Man.
And if you give more, you get like special cool gifts.
Yeah, you get like this awesome mug,
something.
a sticker.
Holy
Oh my
I
God.
got a fucking mug.
You get early access to every episode, bonus content, everything you could ever imagine.
Wow, amazing.
And guess what else you'll get?
What?
Bonus episode called It Is What It Is.
The scoop.
Well, I want to thank all of our great sponsors, A Plus Mobility,
Public Craft Brewing,
Aaron Hunzinger of AH Did It.
The Lettering Machine.
Of course, oh my God, my favorite place, Union Park Tavern.
Oh,
like them
they're
too.
sponsors? I didn't know that. Frank's Diner.
Casey Family Options Funerals and Cremations. That is a mouthful when you're dead.
My God.
Shannon Franklin of Remax Elite.
About Time
that
Moving
girl.
Systems. Oh, we all love Shannon so much. She's
I
great.
love
her.
her.
Good episode back there.
Yeah.
The Port of Kenosha Beverage House.
And the law office of Frank J. Parise. Guess what I'm going to do tonight? I better call Parise.
Rocket Optical.
Oh my gosh. And Vintage Underground.
What are we doing here, Donnie?
Oh my God, Jason. You know what? I love what we're doing here. We are connecting Kenosha. Go back to the archives and listen to the original Union Park Tavern episode.